Hey guys, it's Barbie from The Parlor Girl, and I'm here to show you an updated hair curling routine today. So let's get started. And yes, when you're a mom, you wear purple scrunchies. So the first thing I do is obviously brush out my hair, and then I spray it with Paul Mitchell Worked Up. This has been my holy grail for years. It works in all types of hair, fine hair, curly hair, thick hair. It basically is a thermal protectant and helps to coat your hair from the irons and any heat damage, but it also holds the curl and style. So I've already sprayed my hair with that liberally, and there doesn't have to be any rhyme or reason to it. So I always start with the underneath, and I use a curling iron and a flat iron. I've seen lately a couple videos of people showing that they flat iron their ends straight first, and I want to discourage you from that unless you're comfortable already doing that it's easier to flatten out a curl than curl a flattened piece of hair, if that makes any sense. So here we go. And I always part mine in the middle. I curl everything away. So I start in the mid shaft and roll all the way up. The underneath I like to do a little bit tighter just because it helps to give the hair that lays on top of it a little more oomph. So I hold it anywhere from 5 to 7 seconds. I don't have a ton of hair without extensions, probably just a medium amount, so the underneath I can do in 2 different sections on each side. When I get up higher, it'll be about 3. So one side of your head is always easier than the other, and that has to do with being left-handed or right-handed. You can either keep the nozzle pointing up on both sides or keep it pointing down, but always wrap away from your face. Okay, so here is in detail. I crimp it in the middle or clamp it, and then I roll almost all the way up to the scalp, and you can see that the ends are hanging out right here. Then I kind of loosen up, go around again, let some off, loosen up, go around again. And then you can kind of let the top off and then just pull straight off the iron. And that helps to kind of give you that little more straightened effect at the bottom. But we're going to get to that with the flat iron later. My hair, I'm lucky I can do, and I always just do in 3 sections. My parts are not particular by any means. Again, if you want to respray for each section, you totally can. I always just part it in the back, come forward. Okay, so now we're at the top, last section. I love a middle part, so that's what I always go for right now. Again, if you want to spray each section as you go, if that's what you prefer, then by all means go to it, but I've already sprayed. So normally I start in the front, but that's just because I have like old bangs that are a little bit shorter. So with the very front, I open the barrel and I do 2 wraps around. I just like the way that this looks a little better, so I aim the nozzle down and I wrap 2 times. It just makes it a little softer hanging right around your face. I know a lot of people also like the wand, but I've been doing hair for almost 18 years now, maybe a little longer. And the wand, I have found with the majority of my clients, friends, everyone that uses it, you end up causing more heat damage to your hair and burning it off. So I like to encourage people to just use the good old curling iron. It doesn't need to be cranked up full speed either. Usually about 2/3 of the way is more than enough, and you are good to go. It's about learning how to use your tools that work best. Again, I always wrap everything away from the face. I've tried doing a few forward, and I know that a lot of you might prefer, you know, do 2 back and then this one wrap forward, but I don't know. It just doesn't look right for me, and for some reason it reminds me of when I used to go to prom and they curled your curls forward and you ended up with like, you know, this thing hanging out. So not my look. You can see my curl back there, it's crazy. Okay, so now this is the other side, and since I'm left-handed, this is my backwards side. So I aim my iron down towards the ground, and I did 2 wraps. I'm praying that the dogs are cooperative while I'm filming. Sometimes they're crazy. Now we're gonna iron the ends. This just gives it that more undone look. Ta-da! Hey guys, so here's the finishing touches. So I take the flat iron and I use it on the last 1.5 to 2 inches. And I just kind of randomly pull up pieces all over. This especially looks cute with everyone's lob right now that's in, you know, the long bob that kind of comes right to about here. And this is super easy to do. I just love how it just kind of shatters the ends and makes it look less contrived, less, you know, 90s, 80s curls. All of the 90s are pretty much coming back in, and that's when I was in high school. Then I like to take a little bit of Unite, the Beach Day. It's like a texturizing spray, and I just spray a couple squirts and just scrunch it into my hair. And that just gives it a little extra volume and fullness and a little more beachy of a look. It will make your hair feel kind of dry, almost like a powdery feeling, but it doesn't give it like a powder color, like if you were using baby powder on your roots or anything. Which I did that one time before a date like a million years ago. I'm like, oh, I'll sprinkle in some baby powder, and the top fell off and I had like, it snowed powder on me. It was so disgusting. Another thing I like is the Bedhead OB Hive. It's their matte dry shampoo, and this stuff is amazing and smells like perfume. So I'll take it and spray it going up like this, up the bottom of my hair, like that. And that just helps to give your ends a little more oomph as well, for those of you that have super slick hair like my sister does, that barely holds a curl. Then I like to finish it off with Kenra. Kenra 13 smells absolutely amazing. It's a medium hold hairspray. It's more like perfume. Anybody that puts it in their hair falls immediately in love with it. And then Kenra 25 is for those of you that like more of a hard holding, super hold finish. Again, 2 amazing products that I have used for years. I've strayed away, tried more expensive things, cheaper things, and I just always come back to Kenra. They're middle of the road and absolutely incredible. Bedhead OB Hive is a great staple. And then again, Paul Mitchell worked it. I hope everything comes through for you, and thanks for watching. If you have any other questions, just hit me up on the blog, theparlorgirl.com, or via email, theparlorgirl@yahoo.com. Thanks, you guys. Have a great day.